The Watergate scandal was a major political scandal that happened in the 1970s as a result of the break-in at the Democratic National Committee. As a result of the initial investigation, Richard Nixon was found to have abused his political powers on a number of occasions. Some of these abuses included bugging the offices of political opponents, harassing activist groups using the FBI, CIA, and IRS. The break-in at the DNC headquarters was traced back to Nixon through a political slush fund used by the Committee for Re-election of the President. Facing multiple criminal charges and impeachment, Nixon chose to resign. His successor, Gerald Ford, then issued a pardon to him.
On September 11, 2001 at 8:45 a.m., on a clear Tuesday morning, multiple American airplanes were hijacked and two crashed into the Twin Towers. Another plane crashed into the west side of the Pentagon, killing multiple people, and no one in the plane survived. The last plane was headed to the White House, but it crashed until it failed in Pennsylvania. A lot more people survived on that plane than the other planes.
The wall was constructed by the German Democratic Republic on August 13, 1961. The wall cut off West Berlin from surrounding East Germany and East Berlin. The wall was put up to protect East Germany from West Germany because West Germany hadn't been fully denazified yet. But on November 9, 1989, all citizens of Germany were allowed to cross over the wall, and in 1990, the wall was completely destroyed.
The Vietnam War, also known as the Second Indochina War, occurred in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia from December 1956 to the fall of Saigon on April 30th, 1975. Communist North Vietnam and the anti-communist South Vietnam were in a civil war. The United States was trying to contain communism, so the U.S. fought alongside the South Vietnamese. The Viet Cong were a militia from North Vietnam who used a series of tunnels and also using guerrilla warfare to fight the U.S. and South Vietnamese. The Americans were unsure of their enemy because the Viet Cong did not wear uniforms. In the end, the U.S. backed out of Vietnam, and we were losing the war, and shortly after, Vietnam fell to communism.
The Columbine High School Massacre was a school shooting that happened April 20th, 1999 at Columbine High School. In addition to guns, the students used several bombs to injure or kill their victims. The shooters killed 12 students, one teacher, injured 20 former students before committing suicide. The shooting sparked several debates on topics of gun control, the influence of violence in movies and video games, among many other things.
On April 15, 2013, two pressure cooker bombs exploded during the Boston Marathon at 2:49 p.m., killing 3 people and injuring an estimated 264 others. The bombs exploded about 12 seconds and 210 yards apart near the finish line.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were the lead characters in the civil rights movements. Both of their goals were to rid America of the laws and idea of the white supremacy. Even though they only met once, their motives were the same: to bring together the moderate black freedom movements and the radical black freedom nationalist movements to equality with the white supremacy that was currently in place.
The Oklahoma City bombing was a domestic terrorist bomb attack on the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown OKC. The bombing killed 168 people on April 19, 1995, and injured more than 680 others. The bomb also caused an estimated $652 million worth of damage. Within 90 minutes of the explosion, the person responsible, Timothy McVeigh, was stopped and sent to jail. Forensics evidence linked the other assailant, Terry Nicholas. He was later arrested. McVeigh was executed by lethal injection, and Nicholas was sentenced to a life in prison.